Hello everybody, this is Kurt with the Nick Kurt Experience, and I am playing some Diablo 3 today. I was thinking of just doing a Greater Rift, just to show, like, I did bounties, how quick this could be with bounties, I did how quick this could be with a Rift, and now I figured I'd show how efficient this can be on a Greater Rift. Obviously, I'm not going to be going any higher than probably about 36 or 38. 38's my best still, but that's kind of grueling, so I might not go that high. But I just figured I'd show you guys so you know that it's not just me saying it's that good and that I got lucky. It's that this is definitely reproducible as a build for rank 34 and higher. Oh man, like I just started the game up, so there's usually that initial FPS drop for a little bit and then it'll go away. But it's really deceiving because this build is very, very good at trash mob cleaning. So for this here, as you can tell, like when you're getting your own keys and stuff, it's really not going to get you something that you could probably survive if you try to go as far as you can, because these guys generally don't do as much damage as an elite pack. Obviously, I mean, that goes without saying, I know, but I'm just being sure that I cover my bases here. Because you could probably get well over wave 45 to 50, maybe even, with this build, doing it just this way. Because the things you fight against during this, they don't do enough damage to kill you until later. Like if you get a bunch of the exorcists and stuff. So I know the limit that I want to go to is around wave 38, 39 maybe. Just to get me to wave to 36. That'd probably be for the best. And let's see. Boop, boop, boop. 37. Okay, so I should be able to do this with half the time remaining. If you typically want to know how many waves you can do... Oh, I went too far. That's okay. If you want to know how many waves, if you see on the bar on the right with the time remaining, if you beat it with about 3/4 left, you'll see what happens like with that. You'll get like 4 to 5 waves higher, depending on how fast. As soon as it hits about half time remaining, right about there, that'll give you only 2 wave boosts. I know this sounds silly for anybody doing Greater Rifts, because usually you do a Greater Rift to win it, not to do a specific amount. And then when it's about a quarter of the way, a little like past half, a little bit to the quarter of the way and lower and stuff, it generally turns into one wave up. So because I got a 38, I'm going to have to remove dexterity gems and put on some of my diamonds instead, because diamonds will give me a lot better toughness. Because I will be killed in this pretty fantastically. As you can see, my DPS goes way down because of that, but that's okay. I'll just leave those separated so I can just do that easily. Okay, so doing a 30 again shouldn't be too bad. I just don't want to look silly dying a lot, so let's hope I don't. Excuse me, I'm still sick. Couldn't mute in time. But here we go. So basically, it's the same idea as what you just saw what I was doing in like a normal Rift and stuff, except the difference is, until I find an elite pack, it's essentially kill most of everything, even if it's small amounts of stuff. Just because anything at a grade of 38 for my character right now and the way that he's built, I can be killed by pretty much anything if I'm negligent. So killing everything right now seems like counterintuitive to a Greater Rift, because usually you want to go as fast as possible and kill as many elite packs as possible. But as you can see, I can be easily killed by anything. So my goal is to try not to die by all the lower mobs, because if I find an elite pack in a pile of trash mobs, those trash mobs will decimate me while the elite pack whittles me down. So there's my first elite pack. It might not be too bad depending on what they have. Mortar electrified minions are not good for me. So we'll just go ahead and heal right now just to be on the safe side. Boop. 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 Okay, okay, we're doing okay now. Okay, now that I have procced my Ingam, now I can kind of spam through some stuff. I don't want to be caught with my pants down, though, so I'm still kind of killing everything I find. Just to be safe, but there we go. So my ingum's probably over on the proc now, which it is. I wasn't paying attention to my bar. People were complaining about, not people to me, I'm saying like people on the game, on the forums, etc., were complaining about ingum not having a proc for monks and stuff. That's visible. So like, obviously it does proc, but like they don't have a bar down here that tells them how long of the time they have left. My advice is if you're using something like Bane of the Powerful, you can guess how much time because the Bane of the Powerful gives you a set time that it goes. Just get an ingum to proc and then watch your Bane of the Powerful down at the bottom and see when it's over, when you don't have that time anymore. That's what I do to watch how much time I have left for my ingum to proc, so then I can spam as much as I want until then. For me, it's a little bit over a quarter when the amount of time I have left ends. So as you can see, I'm actually not doing too well yet. I'm only doing mediocre. But that's because I'm not really getting density at all. I'm not really getting good elite packs. And I'm not really, well, many elite packs. I'm not really getting good minions to kill. Not minions, trash mobs to kill. Alright. So as you can see down there, a little bit over a quarter of my proc is now over for my ingum. So that's how I measure it. Obviously, not everybody's going to use the Bane of the Powerful. The reason why I am is because it kind of saves my butt against these elite packs because I'm doing a lot more damage to them. Before I was not using that, I was using a Taiguk with my Bane of the Trapped. Ooh, Metal Lord's got me good. And the Esoteric Alteration, I believe is what it was. I don't remember what it's called exactly. The reason why I'm using those, obviously, is for the survivability. I would be using a Wildebeest Gizzard, but hey, that's the thing I'm trying to level up right now, actually, so. But basically, for this build, as you can tell now, the general path you have to take to survive is being kind of a pussy, to be honest. You gotta not rush through everything when you get to higher levels. Obviously, when you get to Greater Rift 55 and such, when you have optimal gear at like Paragon 5 or 6 or 800, when you have literally the best gear you could possibly get, that kind of goes out the window because everything's going to pretty much two-shot you. I think there is some stuff set up in this game where you cannot be one-shot. That's what I was told, but I don't know if that's really true. Oh, good, my first pylon. So just keep that in mind. There's a possibility that you might not get one shot no matter what, if you're at full health anyway. Now, what are you? Please be channeling. Yes. Alright. Now it's just a matter of go as quick as I can through this. And see, the other thing that sucks is when you're in a build like this, if you get shielding, you're screwed. For time. Like, you have to wait for them to turn off their shields, of course, as you can see, and it slows you way down. Alright. Alright, so I think I have this pretty well beat now. I can take my time now, kind of moving from room to room, because the time I have left is so fantastic. Because I want to beat this. Like, I'm not trying to strive for a higher rank yet, because I know for a fact 39 and 40 I almost die instantly on every time. I recommend you do the same. The reason why you want to do Greater RoS, obviously, is because you want to get your gems leveled. Getting your gems leveled actually help your Greater Rift capabilities too. So it's like a very, very... Oh god, he keeps hitting me. I think I'm getting away with my moves, but I'm not. Sorry about that. It will help in the long run because it does take a while to get up in the higher Greater Rifts. So the more you level up gems that you really need for survivability and damage and stuff, the better. And you generally get a lot better drops for... Oh! You get a lot better drops for legendaries this way compared to a normal rift. It's not guaranteed, obviously. You're never guaranteed in a legendary. It's much better in terms of that. I usually get probably at least 1, maybe up to 4 legendaries comparatively to a normal rift where I usually don't always get one, which kind of sucks. The other thing that's optimal too with this, other than obviously I should have saved the channeling, but don't really mind. I can waste it. It's not a big deal. If you save channeling pylon for this build for the Rift boss, that's a better choice than using it early on, unless if you really don't want to waste the time like I didn't. Same thing for something like a power pylon. But right now, like since I have my proc, I can get a pretty good amount of damage into Saxtrus before my Ingam runs out of its proc. So like I could probably get him down to maybe half health if I'm lucky, but probably not now. Almost half health. So now it kind of slows down because I have to watch my stacks for my dashing strike. Essentially, if I run out of my dashing strikes stacks, I will die. Not right away. I could probably survive for a while, but it's just he does so much damage, and dashing strike really helps with healing, as well as small invulnerability here and there. And I get a boost to my dodge chance, obviously, because I'm doing a cold build of this. But as you can see, though, it turns into child's play as soon as you get to the boss, because the boss generally doesn't do a shitload of damage. If you get something like Gom, who does a lot of poison over time, that could actually kill you if you can't heal fast enough. So that's why I'm doing a Wildebeest Gizzard. I want to switch out the alteration for Wildebeest Gizzards to give me better healing instead. I'd rather have per second healing. But there you go, as you can see. Get 3 legendaries right away. Steady Bracer, Steady Strikers, either an Oculus or that, and then an Imperial Messenger. So there we go. But blah 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 Urshi, I know. Upgrade gem, and then as you can see, rank 21. This high of a rank, I'll have a 100% chance every single time I upgrade this, up to like 28 or something. I don't remember. I'm one off for having it to the 25, and as you can see, 25. I'll show you later when I get in there. I know that people that might be watching this have already seen what each of these gems do, and me going over them is really kind of pointless, I know. But I just want to be, in case anybody's watching this that hasn't seen this before. But as you can see, regeneration, 34,000 life per second. Obviously, the higher the levels you go, up to rank 50, you can get up to 70,000 life per second. But after not taking damage for 4 seconds, getting an absorb shield for 200% of your total life per second. That sounds like it might not be helpful, especially in a Greater Rift, but in reality, you really get that to proc pretty often. Also, sorry if I sound wheezy. I can feel it in my chest or anything. It's just I'm so clogged up from being sick, so... Oh, an Oculus. Okay. Not very good. Oh, an Ancient Imperial Messenger with Intelligence. Woo! And then Steady Strikers at an Ancient. Woo! I mean, I could probably use that on my Demon Hunter when it gets bigger and stronger. But that one's pretty good already, so I think I can just get rid of this one. I will. I'll get rid of it. But as you can tell, that seriously was not that big a deal. It was quick, pretty efficient, even on a higher difficulty. If I wanted to, I could have gone to 40. With half time left, it probably would have been to 41, actually. So... there you have it, though. I didn't want to be talking out my butt, you know, and then make it seem like, oh, it's really good, when in reality I've never used it or something, you know. Even though I showed you I did 38, maybe it was a fluke. It's really not. I got pretty bad packs. I didn't get many elite packs. I didn't get a high amount of density. But as you can tell, I cleared it very, very simply. So if you're thinking of doing a monk, I really recommend this build. The other build, too, that a lot of people have been talking about lately is a Sun Wukong. The Sun Wukong build is also very fun. I have the parts for it. It's not very good parts yet, so I've been kind of waiting for better ones because Sun Wukong is so hard to get. Sometimes when you're patient too, waiting is actually the best choice, and I'll show you why. For a while, I had a really crappy Sun Wukong's Shines is what it's called. It's the amulet. It's one of the hardest pieces to get. The one I had before, I had like fire skills, dexterity, and like crit chance and a socket. And it was okay, I guess, but I didn't need the fire, so then this is what dropped next. Mediocre dexterity, lowest crit chance you can get, I believe. Yeah, and then I rerolled the critical hit damage to 98%, cold resist 153, and then reduces damage from melee attack 6%. That is literally holy grail for me. That's what I want specifically in this. So that's really good, but then as you can tell, like for other stuff, the shoulders are pretty piss poor. Well, maybe not. I mean, they're okay. The gloves, I don't think I'd want vitality. I'd probably want cooldown on them as well as crit chance and damage, but that's okay. And then the helmet, I've rerolled so many times to get crit chance to 6. It costs like millions to reroll, so I'm not gonna. I'm waiting for the better ones. If I can get the better ones, then you can swap those out and use something like the incense torch of the Grand Temple. So then you can get wave of light reduction for the cost. You can also maybe not use this helmet and use something like Sokrin's Gaze, which wave of light damage gets increased even more. Crit chance you can get a little bit higher on this, but I also need a socket, which is what I rerolled, so now I can't reroll anything else. So you'd use these two things along with some Wuko stuff. Same focus and restraint. Spirit guards, you can probably swap them out, but spirit guards with the spirit generator damage taken for the reduction of spirit generator damage, I'd rather do that. Vigilante belt you can keep using just because it gives you the cooldown. You can also use a witching hour, which is what I have for damage. String of ears also if you're dying a lot, because you get damage reduction from melee attacks, which is essential. And then also there's other ones too for builds that you'd want to do. That's just like the best one I would think of. Another one is a exploding monk of some sort that I'm trying to piece together. I'm sure there are builds for it. Please look it up. I'm not the only one that does these builds. I'm just trying to make up ones on my own because I kind of want to play around. It's more fun to test. But like something with a Madstone, 7-sided strike applies exploding palm. Exploding palm deals on death explosion damage is increased by 81%. You could kind of combine those, or you could do another one too that I have. Where is it? That I was thinking of. I'm trying to remember where I put it. Huh. I had a two-hander. Did I scrap it? I must have scrapped it. That kind of sucks. There's a two-hander that you can use with exploding palm. Humdilly dum. Anywho, um, that's basically what you'd want to do with exploding palm. Those use Cruda's boots, Sun Wuko stuff, essentially the same, just to have more damage and stuff. But anyway, my rambling's done for now. Basically, I just want to show you guys that this does work very well. You can get higher and higher levels. The higher you get and the better stuff you get. Like, I'm still waiting for perfect stuff. I'm still trying to get a better amulet out of... I don't know why I should just be using this, actually. It gives me so much better everything. But no. Okay, so basically what I'm waiting for is just to get a better Hellfire. I've gotten through 8. This is the best one I've gotten. I'm keeping it only because there's a chance maybe at some point I might need fire skills on my Demon Hunter. But then Relentless Assault passive, I forgot about that. So I might get rid of this too. I've gone through 8 different Hellfire amulets. People go through more, people go through less to get their perfect one. All of mine look generally like that, where it's just utter crap and you can't do anything with it. So for that too, just keep working on that. If I feel like it, I might show you guys just like how fast you can get through solo, getting 4 sets of keys to get all the parts to get a Hellfire amulet. It's obviously easier with 2 people, and then it's the easiest with 4 because everybody will get the drops. So I'm done rambling now. Sorry for taking that long, but thanks guys for watching. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And obviously, if anybody makes a request, I will show off my build in its entirety and explain how it works. So thanks everybody. And if you have any other questions too, and you don't really want to ask me, make sure you just Google the build here with the what's it called? The Raiment of 1,000 Storms. Google that. Google the Dashing Strike Monk build. You'll find people that have done this way longer than I have, that even have the leaderboards, that have builds for it too. Just the most fun about Diablo is making it your own. So thanks everybody. I will see you in the next one.